Alright, people, listen, we are back here again, big up on yourself, of course, we broke the news of Fred Curley being incarcerated. He was arrested in Miami. Yes, he was arrested on charges of battery and as well as disorderly conduct. So they pretty much had Fred Curley in lockup, seeing, and it was one of those things that some people were surprised, some weren't, right? Because they tend to have a persona of who Fred Curley is. But before we get into the details, people, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. So I love what happened. I love what happened with this case. It was easily dismissed. He was a free man. Big up to Fred Curley. You understand? Big up to Fred Curley on this. Now, this is the earlier report. We saw body cam footage and all of these things indicating what transpired in the arrest. But what we didn't see on camera was the events leading up to the arrest. And that is something questioning where people are concerned. They believe that, if you are giving a report, if you have put out something, let me hear everything. You understand? And people were really saying they want to hear Fred Curley's side of the story first. And I agree with them 100%. Because sometimes, being I don't want to get into that details, but the melanin is not so clear. It kind of, tend to want to be a situation where you're looked down at, yeah? And let us tell you what happened. See, before we give it time, because I don't want to start talking. But the report from the police is that the actions that landed him in jail was jumpsuit took place just before 11:25 p.m. in the 100 block of 9th Street on South Beach. That's in Florida for persons who are familiar with that place. Police said that Curley approached a police scene with an aggressive demeanor, right, and was concerned about his vehicle that was parked in the area of the scene. So something happened. Boss go over to go find out what go on, but they said that he was aggressive. Why we don't see the footage of that, confrontation? But it is what it is. Now, the arrest reports that officers told Curley to go around the area, but he continued to be aggressive, arguing with officers and eventually trying to force his way through two officers and grabbing the hand of an officer who put it up to create
disorderly conduct as well. Now, police say the charges stem from an altercation.
Now, authorities said that
Curley was
Curley
cuffed
pushed
late
an
last
officer,
night
leading
after
to a
police say they
struggle
were conducting
with
an
multiple cops
investigation
on
along
the
the 100
ground.
block of 9th Street.
At one point,
That's where
police
Curley
said
was
that
also trying to get to his
an
parked
officer
car.
delivered
Police say he then
multiple
became aggressive with him
hammer
at some
fists
point and was
to
asked to leave
Curley's
the
head
area,
and
but then he
elbowed him
refused. Officers say
in
they
the
had no
back
choice
as
but to
he
call him back up. They
resisted
even used a stun
arrest.
gun to take him
Now,
into
the reports
custody.
state that after multiple divisionary strikes to his rib cage area, officers used a stun gun on him and were able to get him in handcuffs. Right? Authorities said despite being in handcuffs, Curley was able to remove one of stun gun probes. The video is there, The video is there, so I don't know. Anyways, I just giving you the report, people. Just giving you the report.
Disorderly conduct as well. Now, police say the charges stem from an altercation on South Beach. Curley was cuffed late last night after police say they were conducting an investigation along the 100 block of 9th Street. That's where Curley was also trying to get to his parked car. Police say he then became aggressive with him at some point and was asked to leave the area, but then he refused. Officers say they had no choice but to call him back up. They even used a stun gun
charges of
to take him into
resisting
custody.
arrest and disorderly conduct. Now, of course, Fred Curley is a decorated athlete, Seeing? He appeared in a Miami-Dade bond court Friday afternoon. So a few minutes ago. Now, during a somewhat contentious hearing, his attorney appeared at his side, out of frame in the courtroom video feed, arguing that there was no probable cause for a charge of disorderly conduct. He also criticized the actions of the officer at the scene. And this is what people are going to always say because, sometimes the persons would have a lot of melanin are targeted.
No,
this seems like a total misunderstanding. The attorney said, Mr. Curley is a record-breaking athlete. He has served in the Olympics for the United States track and field team. He is a model citizen in our community. Right? This is nothing more than an overreaction by the police.
Officers say they had no choice but to call him back up. They even used a stun
Miami-Dade
gun
judge
to take him into
Mindy
custody.
Glazer appeared to agree after reading the arrest report. So the judge basically say, yo, this look like some misunderstanding for truth, you know. Seeing? Misunderstanding. You get what I say? Now, that's our contention, Curley's attorney said. This was a situation where he was, you know, inquiring, and it turned into an action where a police officer was actively putting his hands up in front of. No case that I've ever been involved is there for one individual. 4 officers needed. Discharging a taser. The attorney called the incident a complete overuse of any reasonable force by officers and a simple misunderstanding from the beginning that was escalated by the police. So what the attorney is saying is that, listen, the police are the ones that escalate a simple situation. Seeing? And here we are. My client is sitting here, an Olympic athlete, and here he is spending the night in jail. And this could have been avoided if officers were able to have a reasonable conversation, noted the attorney. Now, the prosecutor responded by saying he's a big guy, so I understand why multiple officers may have been needed to get him in custody. What I say, Fred? Big it up, big Fred. Now, prosecutors explained that the 6'3" Curley pushing an officer justified a charge of battery on a law enforcement officer. Well, what about what they did to him? That's what the judge is saying, you know. That the judge retorted that, you know. What about what they did to him? Was there any responsibility on behalf of the police? The judge asked that, you know. Glazer retorted that, you know, people. Think a joke thing? She added, hopefully there's video and body cam that will show what happened. And of course, that out there, you know, so everything is clear. I don't know what happened here, sir, Glazer said to Curley, but obviously your behavior was not. You were not at your best behavior here when dealing with these police officers. So the judge I make Curley know, say, yo, you're at fault, you know, big boss. A Miami Beach police sergeant then appeared remotely, calling Curley pretty aggressive while justifying the charges and officers' actions. She indicated that there was body cam video of the incident. Now, Sergeant, this could have been handled a different way, Glazer said. That's what the judge said again. And I don't know if the officers in Miami Beach are busy handling a lot of complicated crime scenes there, but I have a gentleman who's never been arrested. There's no prior arrest. Who is, attorney saying, has competed in the Olympics, who is obviously a professional athlete, and it's unfortunate that he got to this position. So the judge said, finding probable cause for the counts of battery on an officer and resisting arrest, but not disorderly conduct. Ordered that Fred Curley be released on his own recognizance. Big bad Glazer judge. Sir, you're probably smart to stay off Miami Beach, Glazer warned Curley. Go somewhere else to go to dinner. Avoid getting in trouble, because if you get rearrested, you're going to be locked up in jail until your trial. Me like how the judge come to an amicable thing with that something, you know. Put it into perspective. Make the officers them know, say, yo, sometimes when you go deal with certain things, when you can't use brute force, you can't just get agitated, especially because you might have other cases dealing with and stuff like that. You can't use one situation to mar all the melanated people. You get what I say? So it was a good talk coming from the judge. I like it, and we're happy to say Fred get released on them thing there. You see me I say? And we hope say everything just fizzle out. You get what me I say? Not because we're Jamaican and we're a big rival, you know. You see Fred Curley, I want a cool American youth them. See, you remember him there on call with Oblique, and I say, yo, Oblique, what go on? Your face that gets so big, what happen? You eat up some whole of food over the holidays. You see me I say? So we hope say Fred Curley this die. You get what me I say, people? Yeah man, big up on yourself.